Hey crew, this is the Kindle Crew Podcast, episode 1. To my left, I have Robert, and to my right, I have Chella. Today we're going to be covering Parasite the Maxim. It's an anime where parasites come from space, they infect humans, and try to integrate themselves into human society. We follow Shinichi and Migi, a parasite human duo. We follow their endeavors, and we get to meet some cool cast members. Some are weird, some are funny, and some of them die. That is the synopsis of Parasite the Maxim.
All right, so let's get into the intro.
I thought the sound for the soundtrack for the anime was dog water. I didn't think it was good. I thought the intro was pretty good, but I didn't like anything else about the anime.
I think that the intro was pretty much mid, to say the least. It's not one of the better intros that I've seen. I think that there's a lot better out there, but I do think out of all of the soundtrack, the intro did have one of the best sounds than the entire freaking series.
I agree with that. I think the soundtrack was a lot better than, some of the BS that they had pulling in through the anime. So the soundtrack for the intro was probably the better sound pieces. The
I don't
animation
think they even had
was
too
okay.
much more like soundtracks when it came to like
No.
music. They really
No,
only had like
they
a
didn't.
couple.
They had like maybe one other two. And that was pretty much
No. They played the same thing
whole
over
time. Yeah,
and
that's true.
over and over.
it. Ding, 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 ding.
That exact.
Ding, ding, ding,
Every
ding,
time
ding.
he'd be fighting somebody, that would play. He was cracking his shawty. That played.
Oh, and don't forget at the outro, that was also the song too.
Like,
Yeah,
like
outro,
that's
that was
all
the
they
song.
played. That's
they
all
didn't
they
put
played.
they didn't put any budget when it comes to the soundtrack. They
No,
just
honestly, I was thinking about that. I don't think they paid much
yeah,
because for
they-
you to
yeah,
have the
they
same
did.
song over and over is crazy.
yeah. The soundtrack was bad.
Not to mention the 3D art was like
Terrible.
what he was saying, terrible.
Terrible. It wasn't good at all. Don't care what anybody says. The 3D art in the background was trash. They would have like one character in a whole crowd 3D animated.
An example of that when they were checking out to see who the parasites were,
Yep.
who the parasites weren't. When they were in the school scene too, there'd be a parasite in the middle, and they'd be animated in was it 3D style? They would have them 3D style, and then you would see everybody else in the back flat and 2D. Made no sense.
because they had to distinguish, like JoJo, how there was always a
No.
stand user
No.
in the
No.
crowd.
No. No. It was not good.
Honestly, I'm not opposed to like the flat colors. Really, all it really is for me that brought it down. The whole point was just the soundtrack. It's just
Soundtrack
so
was terrible.
bad.
You
There
need
is
to insert
nothing-
a clip, bro.
There
You
is
need to
nothing.
insert.
I will
Insert that clip.
It was so bad. There was like no other soundtrack or no other like music that they made besides that one
beat.
fucking song.
Bro, they
So
even
bad.
like would have like still images. What is it? Like, what do we laugh about that we call it? Like the images, like they had pictures and then they would
Yeah,
still
Polaroid,
images.
yeah,
like
they would
people
have
like
still
this.
images and stuff, and then they'd be playing that beat. I'm like, bro,
Yeah,
there's no way.
it was just nothing different. But key moments. We're gonna talk about key moments here. My key moment was when Hide Shimada, I think his name was the one person that Tamiya convinced to watch Shinichi and Migi. He was going on a crazy rampage in the school, and Shinichi was like, he grew some balls, and he was like, "Hey man, we're gonna end this with just this rock." And he went like 300 meters away and threw the rock, and it pierced that guy's heart. That was like pretty cold. That was a nice little aura farming moment.
It was, and it was one of the first times that he ballsed up and decided he was gonna do something.
Yeah, I thought that was an aura farming moment for sure.
It definitely was.
Mine had to be when they figured out the parasites, the difference between the parasites and the humans. Was the best part about the whole anime. Not gonna lie. What about you?
Mine's was Tamaya's, but now that I'm thinking Tamaya,
She was
how
just
she
fucking
would
palming
palm
her,
her baby all
fucking
the
baby.
time.
It's like
palm her
you know how she was palming it. You know, like how basketball players be taking them photos with the ball. With the basketball, like that. That's what it.
Bro,
Like, felt
every
like.
time she was in a lesson at school, she had the baby just laid up on the chair, nothing protecting the kid, just baby laid out. When she was leaving class, she had the baby laid out, like holding the baby straight up palm.
By the collar.
Yeah, like I mean, I understand because they're parasites and they have like no attachment.
Yeah.
In that sense, at that time, she had no attachment to the child, and she was just like, "I'm raising it up until I can experiment on this thing." But Lord have mercy.
You know what it gave me vibes of? You ever seen that meme of like the guy? He's taking a picture in the bathroom and he has the baby like this. He's holding the phone like this. You ever seen that meme?
No.
I'll insert that meme there. But
I gotta see it.
That's exactly what it.
It was just so weird. It was just so strange that she would hold her child like that. Another really good scene was when he
finally got to crack.
That was no, it wasn't. No, that was a freaking great. It was not a great scene.
No.
As soon as he was done, they used that stupid ass fuck ass at the end.
No, but you know what's crazy? Remember, he was easy. He was easy because remember his girl. Remember, he had asked her. He said, "Hey, my parents aren't home. I'm trying to come over." What did she say?
She said, "No, I gotta go home."
She said, "No, I gotta go home."
No, I'm gonna go back.
Then as soon as the question was reversed and she told him, "Nobody's at home. You want to go?" He went.
Yeah,
girl.
Hell yeah.
Shit.
He was easy.
Hey, bro, ain't nothing wrong with that. There ain't nothing wrong with that, man. So surprising for me was, it's not really surprising, but it's more like rewatching it and then seeing it from like when I'm older, is his personality change. Because obviously the only one that I seen like growing up as it was coming out was Attack on Titan, because they'd have like IRL time skips and stuff like that. So I think like seeing his personality change as I'm older and like seeing the whole anime out already was like pretty impressive. Like you could already tell within like the first 5 episodes, his personality was different from when it was.
Honestly, the first 3, it was automatic.
I honestly think it was a little bit rushed, his like personality switch, because if you look at like shows like Tokyo Ghoul and AOT, like those switches, especially AOT, though, like that character switch happens gradually. Because if you look in AOT, like throughout the seasons, he starts getting more and more and more.
You got to think about it. Those shows have longer shows and they're planned out to be longer.
Yeah.
Whereas this show is planned to be shorter. It was never supposed to be longer than the 24 episodes, I think. So I think that for the amount of time that they had, I think they did do really good with the progression of his like character development, especially as a teenage boy. I think they did a really good job developing him as a teen boy, and especially with everything he went through. Honestly, while I was watching it, this was the second time I watched it. The first time I watched it, this was the first anime I watched, by the way. But the second time around watching it, it was crazy to see how, in an adult's mind, because I watched it a lot younger when I was an adult. Boom. When I was an adult and watching it, it's crazy to see how him losing his mother really affected him, because you think about it and you're like, if I was in his shoes as a teenage child, having a creature abduct my body, basically having to lose so many people around me, having to be affected by death all around me, and losing my parent, I think he did not trip out too bad. He could have been worse.
Yeah, he could have been. I would have been a D1 crash out if I was
in his shoes. That's what I'm saying.
Such a crash out.
But at the same time, he already had like that influence going on for him before his mom even passed away from Migi. So it's kind of like, I feel like he was forced more into that role than anything else.
Yeah.
Especially when you have somebody that's literally a parasite that's literally attached to your body and always speaking to you and can read your thoughts. Like it was bound to happen. So.
Mine's is centered around what surprised you too. One thing that really surprised me was Miji's growth.
Yeah.
Not just
that would definitely be mine for sure.
Because I don't know if you noticed, Miji in the anime, he would be in Shiniki's dreams, and he would be talking to him, and then towards the end, I don't know if you noticed, he slowly stopped talking to him as frequently, and then he went away. So that was something that I liked, how they integrated Miji into the actual development as well.
Yeah, definitely good.
How about you?
I would definitely agree. I would say it would definitely be Miji's. I'm saying Miji like like how you're Migi. That's how you're supposed to say it.
Migi, sorry, chat.
It's supposed to be Migi, but definitely like Migi's development with Izumi throughout the show. I feel like during the beginning of the show, like the very beginning, I don't know. I kind of felt like Migi in the beginning was more so like, yeah, I'm all about me, and then like towards the end, he started like kind of realizing like, oh, these are human emotions. This is what humans like. This is how they understand the world, and I guess he tried to a little bit try to be a little more human in a sense. But that I would definitely say Migi's like development throughout the series was definitely my favorite thing. Something that really like surprised me.
What do you guys think changed the direction of the story?
Definitely his mother's death.
Yeah, for sure.
For
1,000,000%.
1,000,000% had to be his mother's death. Actually, I think it was like before he was even certain that his mom died, when like they went away on their trip, he already knew that all these killings were happening, and he already knew like something could happen to his parents, and that's why he was so against it at first. And then like throughout that same day, he was like, Migi was like talking with him, but I think that's really where he was like, all right, maybe nothing bad really could happen. And then boom, he got the call from his dad, and at that point his like psyche changed.
I agree. I think his mom's death was like a big thing for him. Even remember when he was in the train station or wherever he was, and the lady was telling fortunes, and she was like, look your enemy or something in the eyes, and like you could tell he cracked, like he was laughing and saying, I killed them. Like he was definitely not there at the moment.
He was on some shit.
Yeah, he definitely was not there at the moment. It was we got to think about it. He was a teenage boy. That's why I keep saying that. Like he was a teen boy going through all of that.
Yeah, that's definitely a big factor in it. Because I don't know. I think it really just depends on the person. Because remember that character that he met too? Shoot, I forgot his name. But he also had a parasite. He was like him, but his parasite.
His name was like Uda or something.
Yeah, Uda or Udon, some shit like that.
Pause. I think that character was so unnecessary.
Yeah, that's part of the next. Yeah,
he served like no.
That's part of the next segment.
That's just our opinion. I don't know if y'all think something different, but we personally.
Well, no, he did kind of serve a little bit of purpose.
He went on what? He was in one episode.
Well, it was to help, it was to help, like, because he said, he was like, even if that isn't your mom, I don't think you should still be the one to kill it.
I thought he should have.
I think
he should have killed his fucking mom.
That would have like helped his character development, but still, like, I think he's like right in that sense, because you got to think, like, if I was in his shoes, even if it wasn't our mom, I still wouldn't want to like kill her, because that still has our mom's face.
There could have been another character that you didn't have to say was half parasitic like him. It just made no sense to have him in there. He was there for such a short time. And then, I don't know if you noticed, he also randomly disappeared, and they said nothing about where he went, whereabouts, nothing. He just
that's true.
Came off. Like, he was
just, like... Well, he got badly wounded, and then they were like, all right, deuces.
Yeah. Like,
he never showed up again.
Like, no information. I think he was very much a pointless character. Yeah. Personally. I wrote that down, actually. I don't think he was a
outside of that, then yeah, like, I can see why he's pretty pointless, but, like, he did help lure his mom over to his location. He did fend her off for a little bit.
Yeah, but you would think a character that does all that, especially to a character that influences Shinichi in a certain way, they'd have a little bit more impact on the story after.
Well, you gotta remember, like, so the way that the parasites work is like their fighting capabilities pretty much based off like how you feel in that moment. Because remember when Shinichi was trying to fight in school, Migi was like to him, like, calm down. Like, I won't be able to focus unless you calm down.
True.
So I think that also plays a big fact. And then remember that guy, Udo or whatever, he was like a real big like scaredy cat. The whole time he was a scaredy cat.
It was so funny.
He's a middle-aged man just scared of everything. I'm like, yo.
Then his like wife leave him?
No, his wife died or something. Right?
No, his wife left him.
His wife left him, and then he tried to kill himself.
Yeah, he tried to kill himself, and then he just didn't have the balls to do it.
But yeah, he was just scaredy cat the whole time. So you know what? I changed my opinion. He was very, very useless to the story. Yeah, I changed that. Yeah.
I think something that also really changed the direction of the story was Kana's death. I think that Kana's death affected him because it made him realize that his actions do have like repercussions.
And he was like, he started realizing that he's like becoming less and less human. Like, he was like, why does everybody think, you know, I'm so weird because I'm acting calm? And then Shinichi's like, Migi's like, well, I see nothing wrong with your actions. You're nothing like my species. And he's like, that's when he realized, he's like, oh shit, I am in the wrong because I'm showing no kind of emotion.
Like, he didn't cry, anything, yeah.
So
That girl was also a little strange.
she was very strange. She was always looking for him. She was always looking for him.
And he told her to stop because it was
Yeah.
like the
The
third,
whole
fourth
time.
freaking
He
time
gave
that
her
she did
warning,
that.
and she was still every single time. My lover is near.
The whole time it wasn't even him.
My glorious king, and then it was like a whole nother parasite, and she always got herself in some trouble.
I think
Always,
she
every
low-key
single
got herself
freaking
into
time.
that one. Like, he told her, don't follow me, stay where you are. And she left her phone, too.
Yeah,
And
left
she's
her
like, so
phone.
I can prove, girl.
She tied a little his hair around her finger. Like that was gonna do something. Like,
That was her
fun.
love charm, man. She just
Like,
wrapped it around her
that was,
finger.
like,
He's
too much.
with
I was
me
like, come
forever
on.
now.
It was the hair she plucked, too.
Yeah, it was
It was
the
the
hair
hair
she
she plucked, too. Which
That
is
I know
crazy.
he's not a parasite now. Oh, like come on, man.
That was
What the
extra,
hell are
like,
you
for
doing?
no reason. I was like, what is the point of that?
Ugh.
Like, I don't
freaking
think she
weird.
was a pointless character. I think that she was supposed to be like a second love interest or something. And
Yeah,
they
she
were just like,
definitely.
Let's go.
Honestly, they did not do her good as like a second love interest. Like he barely. I think he had like what one episode or something where they really like interacted a lot.
Yeah.
And that's about
But
it.
the
They did
main,
that so
I think the
terribly.
main point of her was to drive like Morino's story a little bit more, because remember she was already like not liking him, but she was like already like feeling like Shinichi was cold, and then adding on top that like Kano was like trying to be like, oh, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me in front of Morino? It kind of like pushed her more away.
Yeah, she was eyeing her,
Yeah,
bro.
that-
She was
that's-
eyeing her.
That's exactly how
That was
she was.
crazy.
man.
I remember.
I know that's what she was thinking too. Every time she seen Murano with Shinichi, she was just like, that bitch.
Pretty much the whole time.
But she like her demeanor was like, oh, I mean, I guess he fucked with someone else, you know.
Which
No,
quick little
H-
rant,
H-on,
quick,
yeah.
quick little rant about Achan, whatever the hell his name is. He was also very pointless too. He added no value to the story. Achan was literally just a nobody. Just to say, just want to say.
Which one was that again?
That was the one-
The guy.
Well,
that
I guess he did
Tamiya-
add some point to the story because Tamiya and him did have sex.
Oh yeah, they created the baby.
They created
Okay,
the baby,
okay,
but
okay,
outside
okay.
of that, like he literally did nothing else.
By the way, that scene was freaking hilarious.
Yeah, they just looked at each other and they automatically knew what to do.
Right.
You see
Bro.
that? It was the under the cover of darkness.
Yeah.
they
No, but not
looked at
even
each
just
other.
that. When she told Shinichi that, I remember the waitress dropped all the stuff and she was like, "I'm so sorry."
I'm sorry, I never heard of sex before.
I was like, "What
What are
the
you doing?
hell?"
Come on.
Why are you
You know-
lying? Come on.
You're not.
Why
Don't fucking say you don't know. You know. You
That scene
know.
was funny. That scene
You
was
know.
funny. That scene
You know
was
exactly
funny.
what they talking
You know what they're talking about. You
But
probably.
I don't think there was like compared to a lot of animes that we've watched. I don't think there was a lot of like funny scenes in this anime.
It was all the serious scenes were funny to me. Just
I
because
think
of the
all
soundtrack.
like the comedy.
would just add a layer. You know, the soundtrack would be like the most serious thing. They're talking about why are humans or how are humans more different than parasites, and then that fuck ass soundtrack would just be playing. It just made it funny.
I don't think it was like, even like when they tried to be funny, I think it was like forced a little
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah.
I think it was forced. The comedy wasn't comedy at all. Like it was. I feel like it was like way too forced for it.
Like we know that middle-aged people are the ones making
Yeah, yeah,
these
yeah.
animes, so it's okay.
Ha ha hee hee ha ha.
Yeah.
Grab titties. That's funny.
Well, oh yeah, that happened.
Yeah,
too,
that
in the
happened.
beginning. That shit was hilarious.
This is what teenagers like, right? These kids like that. Let's
It
throw a
was
little
like,
bit of
bro,
softcore
like,
porn.
off
in here.
rip. And when it happened the first time, I was like, was this supposed to be funny? Like, what is this?
Although I did think the part that was like funny to me was like when he was at the bathroom, like episode 2. He was like in the bathroom, and then Migi was like, "Oh, let's get
Let's
a rec now.
experiment.
Let's get a rec. Let's, you know." And he was peeing, and then he was talking like to Migi, and the guy was like, "Yo, why are you talking to your penis, man?"
That
was
also
happening.
happened when he woke up from his sleep.
Yeah,
She was like,
That's-
let's experiment.
yeah, that's funny. That was funny.
Migi was just all for it.
Migi was a
all
freak.
He
for
was
it.
freak.
Yeah.
Migi was
on that
freak.
Freak
time.
Migi. Freak Migi.
Migi was
Yeah.
a freak. I think
name is
Migi was
Freak.
really. I think Migi was a good character though. I really like Migi.
Freak. I was gonna say freaky. Migi. Migi.
Feig.
No. If Freaky would be a
Freaky,
better name.
Freaky, yeah.
Freaky was like he was definitely a good character. I really enjoyed it.
And I like that Migi was well, obviously Migi was smart. Let's be real.
Yeah.
But I do like that in a way. It was like kind of like quirky.
Yeah, because he didn't really know like human customs and everything, so he was kind of like oblivious to how.
Well, remember he learned English from he learned Japanese from textbooks, whereas the other guys,
A
Parasite.
Parasite.
Learned
Yeah, his
it
name was
from
actual
TV.
like just Parasite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he learned it from
Yeah,
TV.
they even learned it from TV and like just listening around.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it was nice to
remember
see that contrast. He was pointless, but it was a good contrast. Personally, I think it was very sad. Though another thing I want to bring up is it was very, to me, a really good scene was when Tamaya risked basically her life for her baby.
The baby that she palmed like fucking 2
Yeah.
episodes before.
Because
But
it
you
shows
gotta-
that she's
yeah.
starting to have
It
some
was crazy.
humanity in her.
But
So
you
that
also
makes
got to
sense.
think she went from palming her kid to actually holding her kid like a
Yeah.
mother. She would even like feed the baby like a
Mhm.
mother. Like she started to understand like human sacrifice. So it was, I think it was a really good scene personally.
That really showed you that like parasites can learn to be human. It's just it's just like maturity. I know they were saying they were talking something about like maturity levels.
Yeah, they
or
have
something.
different maturity levels.
So it definitely serves a purpose to be more mature as a parasite, to like actually be integrated in human society instead of
Well, like even
being a
Tamaya
young
says, well, even I don't know who's, I think Miji said it to Shinichi, I don't remember, but one of them has said that Tamaya had developed a diet where she could eat more human food.
Yeah, I mean that's what off rip. That's what they were trying to get. Like all the parasites that wanted to really study Shinichi and Migi, they were basically telling them like, you guys don't have to like eat humans. Like Migi was saying, like I survive off the nutrients of his blood.
Mhm.
So, I mean, in a way, they were already kind of like striving to do that, but it just took a while.
And what do you guys think about that ending fighting scene? Because I thought it was crazy. I thought it was intense, not only just building up to the actual moment where he was feeling dreadful and shitty and terrible, and then he was like, you know what, I'm just gonna have to do it, and he ended up doing it. But it's crazy to see that a human beat the parasite not with sheer strength but sheer tactics. Like he pierced him.
I feel like that's just like the classic trope though of like hero prevails
Yeah.
in like
Mhm.
every kind of anime though. Like you see it across the board, you know, My Hero, Attack on Titan, you see it like everywhere. It's just the classic, you know, hero willpower always prevails kind of deal. So it wasn't really that crazy to me. But
That fighting scene was wild though, to learn about him and his build and what's going on. To me though, personally, I feel like if they were gonna have a weak spot for him, it should have been way better. Not the freaking side of his. I feel like that was a little stupid to me, but
I'm not even gonna lie, I think my favorite character in that whole John was the was a parasite that was pretty much running for mayor. When he first turned into that like gym teacher, yo, he wrecked that whole gang group.
Yeah.
He wrecked that whole group.
Yeah.
They were like, I think they asked him like, why are you doing this? He was just to see how I fare against like a group of armed people.
it was crazy.
Just cold as fuck.
Off
like,
rip, he just like palmed his head. into the
Yeah.
wall,
Yeah.
like-
He was a cold ass.
I thought it was funny when the guys, the bystanders, they were like, "The guy, there's a dead body. He got his head bashed in.
That guy has blood all over him. Like, hey, you stop. Let's chase him. Also, why in every anime do they be doing that? Like, it'll be a bystander like, hey, he has blood all over him. Let him go, bro. Get him. Do you not see what he just did to that whole group, bro?
I'm
Like,
the
I just let
dumbass
him
who
go.
would do that.
Retribution.
Like, nah,
I'm the dummy who would do it.
I wouldn't even say anything.
I just keep it pushing.
Yeah.
I keep it pushing. I don't know what that man is capable of.
But yeah, he was cold. He was cold when we first seen him in like that gym teacher outfit kind of thing,
Mhm.
and then like he changed, so it was pretty cool. I like that, and that was before what's her name, Kanao.
Mhm.
Kana died. Yeah, that was before her.
Hey crew, at this point in the YouTube video, you're going to see that we changed clothes, and it's due to the fact that we had some technical difficulties and we had to film this section or the ending of this episode on a different day. And if you're on the Spotify and you want to see that, go over to the YouTube and drop us a follow. Hope you guys enjoy.
I mean, I think having Tamara in it, like coming for him in the beginning was really good. But once they started laying off on her coming for him, I think right away they should have maybe included him as the new, I hate the main character.
Mind you, Tamara, I'm sorry, but Tamara's death fucking sucked. Her death was fucking trash. Her death was so fucking ass, bro. And then she gonna hand the baby off to Shinichi. Like, come on, bro.
That's a minor. He wasn't
Come on,
taking
bro.
care of
He
that
was not
baby.
about to take care of that baby, bro. What is he gonna do for the baby?
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm the baby.
I'm not gonna lie. As a female, I don't know if that's what it is, bro, but I started thinking in that shit, bro, and I was like, maybe he'll raise the child. As if I didn't watch this
No.
anime. As if I didn't watch
buddy.
it already. I was like, maybe he's gonna take care of the child. Then the system comes in and grabs the baby. I was like, damn, bro. Like, what did she kill herself for at this point? Knowing.
It was
Knowing.
pointless. I feel like if they would have kept her dead, or like not kept her dead, they would have like kept her alive, but like showed that like
Yeah.
the humans or the parasites can be just like humans.
That would have
more.
developed really
That would have,
well.
bro.
That would have developed good.
Yo, that would have been tough.
Because she was already developing pretty good as
Yeah.
a character. She was doing really well, like
She started
understanding
fixing
human-
herself with the baby and all that. She wasn't, grabbing it by the collar and shit. She was actually breastfeeding the kid.
Yeah, she was taking care of her baby.
It was, yeah. If they would have like put more, like,
and you see like the progression, like you see how she goes from palming the kid to like actually holding her
yeah,
baby.
like correctly, yeah.
It was a really good development. I feel like they could have did better with that. I don't know. I feel like this anime has a lot of negatives in it.
It does. I think there's a lot that went wrong with this anime that could have been a lot better. Now, when I was younger and I watched it, I thought it was a good ass
Banger.
anime. I
It
thought
was
a banger.
cinema
I thought
when
it-
I was
yeah.
a kid. Yeah,
I
It was
thought it was
my
banger,
it was
bro.
the first anime that I watched and I thought it was good. But
It wasn't the
now-
first for me, bro, but I thought like, because it was a gory anime, so I was
From the
just
get.
like, yeah. So
off
I was
rip
like-
when it turned on. It was eating one of the parasites was eating
Yeah.
another person.
So I was just like, oh yeah, like I didn't really pay attention, but now like that we're doing this is the only like weird thing about like doing these is that when you go back and you watch these animes and you actually like take notice of everything, like you see like the imperfections on like storytelling, animation, all that kind of stuff, and like you start to like unappreciate those animes that you used to appreciate.
Yeah,
which
I'm very.
sucks.
That's one thing I'm kind of scared that's gonna happen is I'm gonna start watching a lot of the animes that I like, and I'm gonna start.
Because like now you have to do it. It's just like if you're, it's your job, so
Yeah,
now you start to like nitpick on stuff, and
I don't think I'm gonna hate JJK. I'm sorry. I don't think I'm gonna
hey.
hate JJK.
no, it's just, man, I don't know. I used to really like this anime too. Like it wasn't in my like top 10, but it wasn't like anywhere like near like number 50. I thought it was like top 20.
The dad was pretty decent. Even though he
Morino
a
was
drunk.
not that good. I'm not.
Nah. The dad was fire.
Yeah,
the
the dad
fact that he like his girl died and he just turned to alcohol. Fire.
Y'all don't drink. Don't
All right, just a disclaimer: don't drink. Don't. Okay, you can drink, but don't abuse alcohol, please.
drink
Don't
responsibly,
drink
or don't drink at all.
or don't drink at all.
What they said.
All right.
So, what'd y'all think about the end fight?
Dookie butt. I'm sorry.
Trash.
I'm sorry.
Not gonna lie, it was trash. All right,
It was trash.
Bro, when you go from seeing like peak fights, like really good.
no,
fights,
we can't compare it to like newer gen animes though. That's not fair.
Okay,
That's
but
not-
No, but
Tokyo Ghoul fights, bro. Even AOT fights, bro.
that we're talking about newer animes, okay? Okay.
well,
AOT
technically,
is new.
well, no, AOT came out in 2013.
Yeah, but it's still on. So you have to put it
No,
in the new
AOT
gen.
's-
Well, it ended,
AOT
but
ended.
it was
And my favorite
On the-
character from Death Note 2, bro. Just comparing. What's his name, bro? I love that character. He's freaking crazy, and I love him.
light Yagami.
You know what I'm talking about. So
No?
it's one
No.
I can't laugh. out
Oh yeah,
loud.
like Yagami.
Yeah, like Yagami.
like- or Kira. Excuse me. Kira.
He's hilarious. 10 out of
Spoiler
10.
warning.
He deserves an award.
All right, so about this last fight scene. So y'all thought it was trash. I think it was trash because it, like, after when you watch so many animes, you like start to realize, like, you see it in Naruto, you see it in a bunch of like action animes. It's like the willpower,
Yeah.
the willpower kind of trope. I feel like that's so overplayed nowadays. Like, if you're gonna be strong, bro, just be strong. Don't get that extra like
Bro.
mystical powers saying, willpower is gonna get it done.
Yeah, like, it was-
Come on, bro.
It was kind of smart the way they did it, I guess. Like, but it was like you're saying, like a typical thing. Like, he ended up winning by spoiler warning. He ended up winning by freaking poking him with a dirty stick, essentially. But
You would
back
think-
to the ending.
It was trash. It was not good.
And
Like
I didn't
said,
like how the anime ended as a whole, like them just trying to save her from coming out, from falling off the roof, and he's threatening to kill them. That was like stupid to me. I was like, bro, you could have did so much more, bro. There's still parasites out in the world, and then they show parasites eating regular food. Like, the fuck do I care about that? We already know they were going to integrate themselves into
Right.
human society. Like, why did I need to see that?
It's true. We already got like a little glimpse of it when they were talking, when Tomura and Migi were talking.
Yeah, like
So it was kind of
stupid. I think that the anime ended trash. I didn't like the ending.
I think my final score for the anime would probably be a 6.7.
5.5 for me.
I'd put it like a 6.5, honestly.
So a total of like 6.2.
Yeah, the average 6.2, 6.3, somewhere around there.
I don't think it was a 6.
It wasn't-
Personally.
Man, I really wish they would have like changed stuff up with it, but anime's already out. It's been out for years. So what can you do? It's been out for 10 years now. So
And this concludes our episode on Parasite the Maxim. Join us next week where we're going to be talking about
Chainsaw Man.